changed over the years. So before the Zen Center moved in 1979, it was a vegetarian nursing home. The guy who owned it was a little the guy who owned it before, who had a vegetarian nursing home, added on to it, but really didn't like tear things down. He kind of just added things, so that's why you get all these kind of weird really strange. And then eventually it wasn't up to code, and he had to sell it. So then that's very easy. It just means returning to your true self, and then using that to help others. The word Buddha means awake.
Yeah.
So it's also translated into truth. So do you hear that heater right now?
Yes.
That's Buddha. So if you think it's something outside, like this kind of deity or God, that's a mistake. Buddha just means awake. Different types of teaching and many different kinds of religion. And you can even say even types of words like Buddha or enlightenment, or like many different kinds of fingers pointing to the moon. Right? So you have a Buddhist finger, a Christian finger, Hindu finger. You have the word Buddha, the word enlightenment, the word God. But they're all pointing to something. The problem is people are very attached to the finger, right? So they don't see what the meaning is. So that's how people can confuse Buddha as a God. So meditation is another word for clear mind. So clear mind just means perceiving everything exactly how it is. Usually when people think of meditation, they think, right, of sitting, someone sitting cross-legged, but that's not meditation, that's sitting meditation. But there's walking meditation, eating meditation, talking meditation, driving your car meditation. Meditation just means how do you keep your mind right now in this moment?
Just like focusing your mind, basically.
Yeah, just waking up. Right now, what do you see? What do you hear right now in this moment? That's meditation.
Okay.
Usually we're in a dream.
Like living in the moment.
I guess so. I mean, it's not even that. It's like right now, you and I are sitting here talking, right?
But you're not thinking about something else?
That's
Is that what you mean?
If I was, that wouldn't be meditation. So meditation just means, what are you doing right now? And are you doing it clearly? Usually, I know maybe I gave this example in the class, but there's that, I talked about this cartoon that I saw that it had no words in it, but it showed this guy driving his car. And when he was driving his car, he was thinking of work.
Oh yeah.
Then he was at work on the computer, but all he could think about was vacation. Then he's finally on vacation on the beach, relaxing, but all he can think about was home. Then he was home, and it showed his child asking for help, but all he can think about is work.
Yeah.
So that's the human mind. It's not good or bad, but what happens is the natural result, right? If you're not paying attention when you're driving, you know what happens, right?
Yeah.
If you're not paying attention to a friend that's listening to you, there's a natural result. If you're not paying attention to the teacher in school, there's a natural result.
You fail the test.
So that's what Buddhism is. It's all about cause and effect. So everything you do and say has a natural result. So that's why it's important to wake up. Then when you drive, you can just drive. And that's driving meditation. When you're walking, you just walk. That's walking meditation. When you're on vacation, just relax. Yeah, not special. That's what makes it special.
That's what makes it special?
Yeah, it's not special. So again, it's just another finger pointing to something. I think technically you can practice Zen 24 hours a day. Right?
By yourself, do you need any like special teaching from someone like yourself, or do you just need? Can you just like research it?
You could, yeah. I think that it's everyone's designed to meditate 24 hours a day. The problem is we don't know how. And the problem is our thinking is usually out of control, or we're very attached to our ideas or our beliefs or our opinions. So it's very difficult to practice on your own. Also, when when I lived alone in an apartment, I just said, I'm going to practice every day. I'm going to get up at 6 and sit. But one day I was like, it's 6:30 today. And one day, maybe tomorrow. Today I'm just going to sit 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But with a group of people, you have that support, and like we practice at a certain time.
It's like working out.
Exactly.
You don't want to go to class.
Exactly like that. So yeah, it's easier to
Work
go
out
with
in a
friend
group,
or work
yeah.
out in a group because you have that support.
Wow, that's interesting. What things can prevent awakening, like an awakening?
What things can prevent it?
Yes.
Your own thinking.
So like Buddhism is all about thinking, basically.
Well, basically the attachment to thinking is the problem. It's not thinking itself. You have to think, right? How did you get here?
So
What are you doing right now?
sitting,
And
interviewing, asking questions, talking.
that's it. We make it a big thing, and that's why people suffer a lot who practice, because they're looking for something
To like
that
grab
doesn't
onto.
exist. Yeah, just like the idea of heaven sounds great. It's not actually what it is, though, but right? You think of the pearly gates, and you think of all these things.
But
that's
no one
just-
really knows what it is either.
Exactly.
Wow, that's really interesting. I didn't
So
know.
nirvana is the same. So many people have ideas about it, right?
Mhm.
But nirvana means take away all of those ideas. Take away all those ideas about nirvana, about Buddhism, about Zen. Just let it go, let it go, let it go. Let go I, let go you, let go good, let go bad. Let go of all of it. And what? That's nirvana. Let's talk about it. This, our school and our tradition comes from the Korean tradition. So a lot of this is borrowed from the Korean tradition. But most of the stuff on the altar represents elements of the earth, so it's not special, right? The candles represents fire. There's water, represents water. We have incense that represents air, right? You get the picture. Rice. So it just represents the elements of the earth. Then when you look at the Buddhist statue, now in some traditions, it is very religious, some Buddhist traditions. So yeah, the Buddha is some like kind of deity or maybe God or something. But actually in Zen and a lot of Buddhism means, the statue means that is your true self. So again, remember Buddha means awake, right? So like when we come in here and we bow to the Buddha, you're not bowing to the Buddha himself or something outside of you. You're bowing to your own true nature. Because that represents your own true nature, which is you. That's what I said.
It's like,
It's called a moktak. That's the Korean name for it. It's just a wooden instrument, and it's used to lead the chanting. So usually in the beginning of the chants, there's a roll and there's a bow. So it's like this.
that was really cool.
Well, you can use that. A lot of the chants are Korean. Basically, they're transliterated Chinese. So they took Buddhist Chinese chants and how a Korean would pronounce those Chinese chants came this kind of Korean chanting. Even though a Korean could probably understand a little bit of it. Because again,
Do you understand anything it says, or
So
do you just
as-
know the words itself?
Right, I just know the words. So in the book, there's chanting books that people use, especially if you don't know the chants, so you have to follow them. In the back of the book, there's translations of some of them. But the translates...
I think that the melody wouldn't go as well.
What's that?
Like when you're doing it in Korean, like if you did it in like English, it wouldn't
Right.
fit together.
Exactly, right. So the meaning of the chants are not important. Most important is perceiving your voice and the voices around you. Again, clearing your mind, coming back to this moment. That's the meaning of the chants. But you could look up like the literal meaning.
Om Son,